Introduction. The sun is setting in my back garden and my desk is cluttered with the remains of a busy day. 3 coffee cups, half a bowl of soup, and a keyboard full of biscuit crumbs. I'm talking to Barry in my Facebook group. Barry doesn't understand some aspect of marketing and I'm trying to explain it to him, but it's not going well. So we go back and forth in the comments. Barry is being a little bit rude, but he's a potential client, so I need to keep him happy. I consider my next post, letting out a deep puff of coffee breath and looking through my home office window. Across the back garden, I can spy the lounge room. My 4-year-old son is on the sofa in furry pajamas, watching In the Night Garden on TV, the garish colours of Upsy Daisy lighting up the walls in his face. He looks a little small and a little sad. I'll just be 5 minutes, I'd told him, but it has not been 5 minutes. It's been way longer. Barry's notification pings again and my heart sinks. I should be in that living room because it's not Barry who deserves my time right now, it's my son. And I'm slapped with the slightly vomity realization that I'm sacrificing my family on the altar of my business. I'm trying to be a successful business person and a great parent, and right now I'm doing a terrible job of both. Barry pings again. Now that memory feels like, well, a distant memory. Back then it felt impossible to find any kind of balance. I'd been brought up on the idea that if you could work hard, you can have it all, and I was pushing myself to the absolute limits to get that all. My priority was to be a good parent, the sort who does craft with their child and bakes homemade oatmeal biscuits. My other priority was to be a killer business person who does impeccable marketing, feels confident about their cash flow, and relentlessly dreams big. The irony that priority means one thing does not escape me. These 2 goals fit together like 2 ill-fitting damp jigsaw pieces. I was exhausted, racked with guilt, struggling with debt, and piling on the pounds. I had a constant anxious feeling in my chest and a to-do list longer than a long thing. There were never enough hours in the day and I felt like too little butter spread over too much bread. I'm a big Bilbo Baggins fan. Something had to change, and so I changed it. Over the next few years, I worked hard to reevaluate my ideas about parenting, quality time, and parent guilt. I managed to improve my productivity, squeeze the maximum amount of juice out of my short days. I got comfortable with my money and stopped kidding myself about my cash flow. I learned smart ways to explain my business needs to my son, helped him understand, and even got him involved. I focused on my own mindset, managing my ego, dropping the burnt chop martyrdom, and learning to prioritize my own self-care and mental health. Of course, I made mistakes, and I faced some hideous challenges along the way, but here I am today with a business I'm proud of and a teenage son who genuinely wants to spend time with me. Well, sometimes. And I call that winning. That's why I wanted to write this book. Because for me, having a small business while having a family was impossibly hard for a long time, and then I found a way out, and I want to show you that way out. While it may look like I'm all about digital marketing, copywriting, and getting to grips with Google, those aren't my real superpowers. Rather, those skills are just the basic bricks I use to build my business powerhouse. My true skills, the real reasons I've been able to build a financially successful and fulfilling business in between pickups and drop-ups, have more to do with persistence, productivity, profit, persuasion, and practical parenting. All the P's. I love me a P list. My success is about my values and my why, which I'll touch on later, and the ability to be flexible and learn from my mistakes. I also don't beat myself up too much, not just as a business owner, but also as a parent. And finally, it's down to the fact that while I take my business seriously, I don't take myself too seriously. When all else fails, the tumble dryer breaks, and I accidentally burp on an important Zoom call, my sense of humour will see me through.